Turkey time. I was really excited about this year's season. Before I came out here to West Virginia, I'd never turkey hunted before, and when the idea came up, I thought it would be easy. I thought I'd kind of stroll out into the woods, shoot one of these birds, and be back home in time for cornflakes. That's not how it works. I didn't get close to a bird last season. I was on a mission this year. I was doing my homework, which means watching a lot of hunting videos and driving my wife crazy with a bunch of mouth calls. My biggest help learning to turkey hunt was my buddy Justin.
It's all Joel's fault.
Justin's a great guy and he's a great hunter. He's from East Tennessee and he's been hunting since he was a little boy. But he's also a veteran. He's been in the Navy about twice as long as I have.
Well, I'm a U.S. Navy Seabee. I've been to Iraq, Afghanistan, Philippines, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia. I've been to Japan too many times. I think that we're really lucky to be able to live in this country. Most other countries around the world, the game belongs to the country. You're not allowed to shoot it. People that don't hunt, they don't understand. They like to attack it and minimalize it or whatever. You know what I'm talking about. They don't see the importance of it, of being able to do what you want, and they want to go after it like, well, I don't agree with it, so it must be wrong.
See, weeks in advance I had arranged it so that I could have the morning of opening day off. But the day of, the weather called for snow, rain, and high winds with lows down in the 30s. I was not planning on seeing or even hearing a bird, but I had the morning off from work, so what was I going to do? I went out in the woods, and I did not take the camera. And wouldn't you know, I wasn't in the blind an hour, and I already had a big, mature tom called into about 40 yards, and I smoked him. Immediately after I pulled the trigger, I looked down at my watch, and it was 7 a.m. on opening morning, my first turkey ever. And he was a really cool turkey. He had about an 8.5-inch beard, and one of his spurs was actually broken off from all the fighting he'd done in the past. So I killed mine Monday. Justin and I were planning to go out Wednesday morning. Well, Tuesday morning at work, I get a phone call, and I just hear this voice say, "Hey, I just shot a hole in your blind window." I grabbed the camera and ran outside, and there was Justin, and he had killed this turkey in almost the exact same spot as I had just the day before. So here we were with 2 turkeys down, and neither of them were on film. So right then and there, things got serious. It was game on.
You should pluck a feather and let me.
Which one you want?
You can put it in your hair.
I want a pretty one.
You want a tail feather?
No.
I like these. They're my favorite.
I like those.
You want one?
I do. I want one, but not right now because it's dirty and I'm eating food.
Birds are never clean.
If you could just save me a feather, that'd be cool.
Sure.
One feather.
And Justin, you can't turn her down because she's part Indian.
Exactly.
And she'll take you to court.
Well, I am too. So.
So the first morning we went out, we had high hopes. We had got 2 turkeys in a row.
We just got up here and set up. It's 5:45. We've killed 2 gobblers out of this same spot in the past 3 days. It's really raining. We're hoping the rain lets up. We about got struck by lightning on the way in here. About 40 yards and just kept moving. He didn't stop or slow down for nothing. So, but he came in quiet, so maybe they're just all shut up today. We'll see.
We sat and we listened. We listened. Couldn't hear a thing.
0 activity from gobblers this morning. I think we're gonna pack it in here, move to another spot, see if we can't get set up for a more prolific hunt tomorrow.
So we left the private land that we were on and we decided to go check out a couple spots on base. See, the Navy base we're stationed on owns several hundred acres of land, and Justin and I actually knew for a fact that we were the only 2 all year who had even signed up to hunt there. We went and checked out a couple places where Justin had heard some gobbling in the weeks prior. only turkey that we heard was this one lone gobbler way off in the national forest, like 2 ridges over, at least 500 yards away. He wasn't on base, he wasn't anywhere near us, but he was gobbling at everything we threw out there.
There's a road between us and a creek. This is steep as a horse's face, and so is that over there. But we'd have to go back to the truck, drive 5 miles to come down here, and then climb up on that mountain.
We picked a spot right there on base and decided we'd be there bright and early the next morning to see what we couldn't do.
First thing tomorrow, we're gonna get him, kill him.
And dang it, the only gobble we were hearing was that one lone turkey way over on the national forest. So we got in the truck and we went screaming down over there. We got to the top, caught our breath. Justin called 1 time, and this turkey was close. I was a little bit to the left of Justin and he could see this gobbler coming. I couldn't see him from my vantage point, but I was expecting him to step into a clearing any minute.
Here he comes. Over to the left. When he steps in that clearing, I'm gonna shoot him.
This turkey wasn't gonna go quietly. We thought he'd be laying right there on the other side of that log. He had already moved like 30, 40 yards.
He's a 2-year-old turkey. He's got a thin beard on him, but any kill's a good kill when you got him coming in, gobbling your head off. I know my heart was racing.
And this is our first kill. This is our first hunt on camera, so
Right.
we're pretty psyched about that. And we hunt on the Navy base where we think we have access to all this land, and we ended up rushing over here onto National Forest to kill this bird. So it just, you got to be mobile. It just shows you got to adapt to whatever the day throws at you. But today we did what we were supposed to, I guess, and so
Yeah.
did the turkey.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't always about ground blinds and field turkeys. It gets a little bit more difficult when you get up in the mountains.
Way to go. All right.
The remainder of our season consisted of a whole bunch of close calls and some pretty neat run-ins with nature.
2 big gobblers. Dang it.
Had a Mexican standoff with a possum in the middle of the day. I think it was probably rabid. I got my very first turkey We had a whole bunch of close calls, and we had a lot of fun doing it. I mean, I don't know what anyone could expect more out of a hunting season. Turkey season is just fun. You're out in the woods, you're seeing some beautiful scenery, some awesome sunrises, and you're living on a steady diet of gas station hot dogs. So thanks for joining me on my spring gobbler hunt out here in West Virginia. This is Burnham Outdoors. If this hunting thing doesn't work out, I could always start a nature show, because the critters, they just flock to me.